Demons enslaved. You see, let's say you've committed a sin in the area of sex. After all that, you still have this intense drive to commit the same sin again, even though you hate it. You're enslaved. One very common example is masturbation. But I know there are thousands of people who do it and hate themselves for doing it. And every time they say never again, but it never works. They are enslaved. And there is a demon of masturbation. It's very common. Let me tell you now, before we go too far in the meeting, it has certain specific manifestations. Your problem is masturbation. Renounce it, claim the cleansing blood of Jesus, and get rid of it.
Hey, we're back.
We're back.
It's your boys.
Guess who's back?
Back
again.
Yeah, back again, yeah. I almost said back in black, but yeah. Hey, what are we doing?
Back in black.
We're taking more of your suggestions. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, basically this one, well, by now we finished the other suggestions.
Previous one.
Yeah, I just have to edit it together, episode 6. And then this one is the most recent suggestions that we've got. And there's a bunch of them. And
which is a good thing.
Yeah.
I know a couple of these, and I know he's not going to like a few of them. It'll be funny. Don't worry.
Yeah. Thanks for the comments and suggestions. Appreciate it. And Perez knows a couple of these, and he gives me looks whenever I mention them to him, and then it makes me really concerned about what they are. But
it's going to be funny.
Yeah, we go into these blind, so I didn't look them up beforehand.
I told him not to.
Okay.
The fear in his eyes when I told him not to look them up.
Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Cool. So this is Holstar, and it's a cow lady. That's a cow lady.
It's a cow lady. That's what a Holst is.
I mean, this is kind of only what you can do with the cow lady. The joke's too obvious. Of course, the cow lady is gonna be like, you can only make like a Mega Milk type girl. It's the only way that you can go with a cow. Anyway. The Holstar, sometimes translated Holstaris, is a placid monster growth species, mainly known for their ample mammaries. Well, duh. Who'd have thunk? They're a subspecies of minotaur that produce ample quantities of a special milk, a delicious beverage that is used for both cooking and refreshment in the Monster Girl Encyclopedia world. Just wanna remind you, dairy is a tool of the system. Dairy is bad for you.
He's not even lactose intolerant. That's what makes it so weird.
No, it's just dairy hurts my stomach.
But what if their milk is like magic? Would you drink it? Would you drink a Holst?
Probably not.
I wouldn't either. Like, real talk, I ain't really about this.
Why not?
I don't know.
But you don't want to sip the milk out?
Nah. That image you just put in my head is like, ugh.
Just like,
I don't like it. Go on, stop. I'm gonna throw it.
It's one of the few monster products that does not contain large quantities of demonic energy, so it is even found in some order marketplaces. They are generally content with living a submissive and laid-back life, but they have retained the Minotaur's peculiar reaction to the color red. Okay, so it's the Holstar. That's why it's all in blue, because it's Crypt. And then when it sees bloods,
and it pulls out a gun.
Yeah,
it pulls a gun out of its boot pocket. Mm-hmm. Just starts firing.
Just like Snoop Doggy Dogg when he shot all those people back in the 80s.
Yeah, confirmed murderer Snoop Dogg. I'm not gonna let him live this down.
Man, he didn't let people live down.
Oh jeez, he laid those people down.
Little side tangent. I was listening to a podcast about the Biggie and Tupac murders, and it made me just think of Snoop Dogg and like his part in all this, and it made me think
he got away with it. Scott, he got away with it.
Shot free. A beastman monster that has a characteristic of a cow, peculiar black and white fur, as a subspecies of minotaur, and through the process of evolution, their violent nature has subsided. These are the ones who chose the path in life to live by obeying humans. Different from minotaurs, they have a gentle personality and almost never attack people.
It's always until the until.
I'm just gonna go ahead and rub my crystal ball right here, and I'm gonna say whenever you flash red, they pounce on you, and then you get underneath. However, just like minotaurs, they're not deep thinkers. Spaced out much of the time. They're dumb. Other than when they eat or have sex, they mostly sleep. Okay. A wild Holstar is always looking for a man to become her husband, and once she found a man she likes, she lives with him in a human settlement or nearby area. A Holstar will often press her huge breast up against her husband as an expression of affection. If he responds by rubbing her breast,
if you respond in kind and rub your breasts on her,
it'll be considered a return of affection. She'll be extremely pleased. Dang, it's well, I mean,
it's a
that
cow.
makes sense.
Literally touch the cow.
Mm-hmm. Man, what if you were like on like a busy subway? Well, I mean, I guess they're out on the plains, so you really didn't have to worry about it.
Yeah, you ever see cows in the city?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because we live in Texas.
We live in a society.
We do live in a society.
Mm-hmm.
Bottom text.
What'd you? Anyway. If she presses her breast up against him more firmly than normal, it's a sign that she's interested in mating. On a fundamental level, they respect the will of the husband, so even if you turn her down...
On a fundamental level? What does that
technically,
mean? Yeah.
I mean, like, there's a lot of exceptions, but...
Fundamentally, I guess it's okay.
6 times out of 10.
Yeah, 6 times. And Holst can't count, so...
They're not deep thinkers. So even if you turn her down, it won't be a problem. However, while they may be docile, they're still monsters that possess an inhuman amount of desire. Continue to ignore them for too long. Eventually, they won't be able to take it anymore. Here we go. If this happens...
Here's the until.
These docile monsters will turn ferocious and assault their husband, forcibly having intercourse with them, and they won't become docile again until all their pent-up sexual desire has been satisfied. Oh, dang. It's like the movie Raging Bull. Remember when... Remember when Robert De Niro just seriously beats off?
Yeah. After he rubbed his breasts on that man.
Man, that famous 8-minute black and white quiet scene. Anyway, also just like the Minotaur, they'll become aroused if they continue to see red.
Hey.
Once
future sight.
Once aroused, they will turn violent, and as though they are remembering their nature as a monster, they will attack men just like the parent species Minotaur. In the same way as a Minotaur, even in this enraged state, the monster's instinctive desire for a husband remains strong. In the case of that already have a husband, if they see something red and enter the state of arousal, it's said they'll charge off full speed heading towards their husband, no matter how far away he may be. That's okay. Can you imagine just like Forrest Gump, but like it's like
an angry, sexually aroused cow.
He just sees a big red banner and is like, I gotta go find him. He moved to no, he's in this other city for work. I'm gonna crash through his wall, like the Kool-Aid man. Yeah. Who was red? Oh yeah. Oh no. Anyway, even if is there a Kool-Aid man monster girl?
Probably like a slime or something. But there probably is like a monster girl that has juice inside of it.
Tasty.
We'll find it eventually, or maybe someone will just recommend it to us.
The juice monster.
Yeah, the juice monster.
Even if they haven't given birth, they can still produce milk from their breast naturally. Not only is this milk highly nutritious and delicious, it also has stamina boosting effect.
Part of this complete breakfast.
Do you think the Estus flasks in Dark Souls are just
filled with Holst milk?
Yeah. Delicious. Demand is high among both humans and monsters, so it's a fast-selling commodity. They mostly just eat, sleep, and have sex. But if living with a Holstar, the milk alone will be sufficient to support a couple's lifestyle. Dang, it's like you just drink it all day. So then what you have for dinner? Milk? Just milk?
My delicious milk steaks.
Sometimes I just take the milk and I freeze it and I make it into like a little snow cone and I sip on the milk.
Sometimes I use the milk to boil pasta.
What? Hold up. That's not a thing.
No, I hope I don't think so.
Just boiling things in milk. The name Holstar.
Now we gotta Google milk pasta.
I don't want to eat milk pasta. I don't want to see pictures of milk pasta. The name Holstar can be split into 2 words. The first part is Holst. It comes from the term Holstein cattle, which is bred exclusively for dairy farming. The second part, tar, coming from taurus, which is Latin for bull. Though in this context, it refers to the mythological Minotaur, which has its own monster version related to the Holstar. The Holstar's breasts are so impressive, even the Baphomet leader herself cannot make a Holstar flat-chested using a spell.
Pedomorphous?
Instead, they become large-breasted lollies.
Oh no!
Oh my god! Wow! Just to throw in a whole, like wormhole at the end of this article, the Baphomet leader herself cannot with the spell of pedomorphosis. Oh god!
Pedomorphosis.
I mean, the meaning's pretty obvious, but
it sounds funny.
It sounds weird.
It hits the tongue very, very bad.
I like Holstar milk.
Like Holstar. Unlike Holstar milk.
Unlike Holstar. Oh, well. Oh. That last one kind of threw me for a loop. Yeah, this is pretty simple. It's just a cow lady.
Just like the cow.
Hey, I only expected a cow lady to be like this. They're proud of their breasts and they can freely change the shape to please the man they love, but generally enveloping his man with. So like a triangle with.
Yeah, can I get like one single big boob? Do you think they can do that?
Is that what you're into?
Yeah.
Really?
No.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Just one big boob.
Don't worry about it.
That's odd.
Don't worry about it.
But anyway, yeah, I don't know. This is what I expected one like this to be. Because, like, if you're making a cowgirl, there's no way you're going to do anything other than this.
Like,
yeah.
What do you do?
It's too obvious. She's got boobs. She's got milk.
It's a cow.
Yeah.
It's black and white.
I don't know. I guess this one would be like a 6 out of 10. I guess just because it's like, it's not all, like, there's not a whole lot of extra to it.
There's not much going on here.
It's a cowgirl.
It's just like your brain. There's not much to look at.
Mm-hmm. I'm not saying it's bad looking. I'm just saying, like, 6 out of 10 isn't bad. It's just, it's pretty
Average.
Simple. Yeah. Okay.
Slightly above average. 6 out of 10.
But which one would you smash that cow?
Nah.
No. Okay. All right. The next one is Yeti. Okay. Cool. We just mentioned Yeti. Yeti spaghetti.
More like a Yeti. Cut that.
Ape man. This counts as an ape man.
It's an ape man?
It says ape man.
Yeah,
well, I
I
guess
see.
do Bigfoots count as like gorillas?
Bigfoot, yeah. If they were, if
What are you trying to say here? You're trying to say if Bigfoot was real?
If Bigfoot was real, it would probably be a monkey thing, or like a humanish related thing, and we're technically ape people.
I don't know. I mean, like.
Yeti, as a type of beast man that lives in snowy mountain areas that are clad in layers of fluffy white fur.
Not clad. It's just kind of like hands and legs.
Yeah, just the hands and legs.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess. Yeah. That's one thing I've noticed.
How
is
does
that
it make the bikini?
It'll
tell
with
us.
the fluff.
It'll tell us probably.
That's one thing. That's one thing I've noticed though is that these generally are like, that tier that of like the different levels of anthropomorphic. These are all generally like on like a 2 or a 3. None of these kind of go into like where it's like a true anthropomorphic.
There's some that get there.
Oh, okay. All right.
Despite their naturally high body temperatures, it is impossible for them not to feel the frigid cold of their homes. Despite this, they are still able to continue moving about even in the most furious of blizzards. Yeah, fierce.
That seems kind of counterproductive. That
furious.
They're warm. They're naturally warm, but they still feel cold all the time.
Well, maybe if they put some pants on. Every time people are like, "Oh, it's so cold," it's like, well, put some pants on. Like, goddamn.
Don't you just hate when people walk around with no pants and
Yes,
talk
I
about how cold
hate
it
it.
is?
I hate it. I hate it so much. A friendly, cheerful, and kind-hearted race. If they see a traveler in distress during a snowstorm, they'll approach his frozen body and hug him, using their high body heat to warm him back up. Yeah, I can see that. Even in sub-zero temperatures, those held in the gentle arms of these girls won't feel the cold. Okay, I read Sub-Zero, and the first few no, not that one. The first few lyrics of Sub-Zero's theme song from the Mortal Kombat movie played.
No.
Sub-Zero, Chinese Ninja Warrior. Why is your heart so cold?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, put that music right here.
All right.
Actually, don't. You might get a copyright strike.
I'll just run it through the pulse stretch.
Cool.
Ice cold.
Well, they won't feel the cold. Even if they're buck naked to the elements. Buck naked. My name's Buck.
And I'm naked.
I'm naked, yeah. During particularly fierce snowstorms, many of these monsters have also invited humans back to their homes and shelters. This kind act saving the lives of many travelers. No matter whom their companion is, these girls have a strong desire to hug those around them and will get their cuddles one way or the other. They being the sorts that use their body to express their emotions from joy to arousal.
Okay, I was like, this is we're in PG. This is like wholesome.
Yeah,
what is this gonna get?
I kept telling you Yetis are nice, and you're like, oh, I don't believe it. Allah says that they're monsters. From joy to arousal, those around them will find these girls to be very affectionate and cuddly. When embracing a human male, their hugs are even more tender, hugging the man close to themselves, though not only to provide him warmth. For them, these hugs are a form of courtship. See, they hug because they care. They
hug because they want
yeah, that's the one. Mm-hmm. Generally, they are fairly proactive when pursuing a man since they're monsters, targeting men depending on their reaction to being embraced and cuddled by their fluffy arms. So if one hugs you and you're just like, gross, go away.
Throws you back into the snow.
Throws you back into the blizzard, lets you die.
I don't know. I feel like then I would die because I'd get hugged and I'd be like, this is nice, but you're mostly skin. This isn't really. And then they'd be like, well, fine, and they'd kick me down the mountain.
They kick you down the mountain, just like in that movie Frozen.
What?
Yeah, not that Frozen, the other Frozen.
Oh, okay. There's a Yeti in that?
No, there's a bunch of wolves though.
Oh, okay. That's pretty funny. It's pretty close to the same thing.
Yeah. If, while embracing a man, their hug is returned, these girls will become happy and declare the intentions to the man. If he doesn't struggle or try to leave, they will become more active with their courting behavior and hug the man even tighter against themselves. During this time, her body's temperature will rise due to her arousal. Here's the butt. This heat, combined with their gentle embrace, causes many men to get an erection.
I was thinking it was going to be like it fries the man.
It cooks them on the inside. A sign these girls will take to mean that it's time to have sexual intercourse. While tenderly holding the aroused male, her thoughts will begin to turn into having his child before she gleefully begins to do it.
Yeah.
But I almost the buzz and the beat. The buzz and the beat.
Buzz and the beat.
Yeah, haven't you ever heard of the buzz and the beat?
the Barry Benson and the.
While these girls are gentle and quite docile, you must remember they are still monsters. They always dream of finding a man who won't struggle and reject them. Okay. Hey, yeah, same. While these girls have amazing physical strength and can easily pin a man down, something anyone out by them would know, they would rather use their natural charm and body heat to fascinate and seduce the human male before coupling with him. During these girls' lifetimes, they will help save the lives of many people. If, however, a male raises the flag by responding to her fluffy hugs and having sex with her, she will become his wife. This monster is based on the abominable snowman.
Okay.
Who would have thunk?
So this one's pretty wholesome.
9.
Yeah.
Nines.
I guess so, but yeah.
I mean, I guess so.
I mean, again, it's like pretty plain.
It's pretty plain, but the personality's there, you know?
No, it's not.
Is it dumb? It's not dumb.
Oh, let's look at the disposition. Cheerful, gentle, honest.
Yeah, okay. That sounds like a 9 to me.
I guess.
You just don't like them because you saw that one image of a Yeti with the Canadian scarf.
What? I don't remember that. But this one's simple. It's wholesome. It just goes and hugs people and saves them. So I guess it's a nice monster. But you said a 9?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd give it a 9.
We need to start getting into the weird territory because this is too vanilla.
This is too nice.
This is too vanilla. I need
some Neapolitan up in here.
We need some sidewalk ice cream
like Rocky Road,
like melted with like melted sprinkles and like a piece of gum and like a
screw,
a needle,
a shoe from a car accident.
Lilum, what's this about?
Haven't we done this one?
No. What is this?
It's a demon.
I can't even tell.
It's a dumb one.
So this one's me. This one's a Lilum. Okay, Lilum is the collective name given to the daughters of the demon lord and her husband. Now we're talking.
It's like a species. It's like a group, a collective.
Mm-hmm. They are succubi of the exceptional power and captivating beauty, while inheriting their parents' ambition to create a world filled with humans and monsters united in carnal bliss. Now we're talking. Yeah.
What's up with you and liking these evil ones?
World domination. They also inherit incredibly powerful magic, strong enough to perform special monsterizations and in some cases to go about creating their own toy dimensions. Now we're talking. Two Lilum are named, at least in the fashion within the translated works, Juella, primary antagonist of Fallen Maidens and Fallen Brides, and the Queen of Hearts, ruler of Wonderland. Third unnamed Lilum features prominently in Baphomet Complex. That's metal. That's so metal. A Baphomet Complex.
Baphomet Complex.
Traveling to the human lands in disguise.
And I keep wanting to read it as Baphomet from that one Star Fox game.
No, what Star Fox game?
The the 3D one. That's like a Legend of Zelda game.
It's pretty narrow.
I forget.
I mean the GameCube one.
Yeah, the GameCube one.
What's Baphomet?
Star Fox Assault.
What's
Baphomet is like a little creature you dig up out of the ground, and it's your extra lives.
How do you remember that?
Because I played it. I played that video game.
How many years ago? It is unknown how many Lilim there are. Within the printed MG materials, Jewel is the fourth daughter of the Demon Lord, and in an ancillary source, at least 9 are confirmed. I'm not gonna lie. After reading these, I am starting to get interested in this lore of the Demon Lord and kind of the hierarchy of demons and how they're trying to control the world. Well, not even control it, just to convert them into this
Just turn everyone
human monster
into hedonistic. Just turn everyone into SoundCloud rappers.
Okay. You're saying that like you don't like love monsters so much, you'd probably be okay with this.
Nah, I wouldn't be okay with this.
Why not?
Because, man, brainwashing and messing with people's minds.
That's the thing though.
Nah.
You control
Is that
people.
what you're into? Is that why you always trying to get me to drink fluoride?
Fluoride? You mean water? You drink water all the time. Fluoride's in the water.
Oh no, I'm turning gay.
A general term for the daughters of the Demon Lord who possess both incredible magic and power and beauty that captivate men and won't let them go. They have pale skin and pure white hair, which they share in common with the Demon Lord, and red eyes full of demonic energy, just glowing. Other than that, their looks and personalities are all very depending on the individual, but all of the Lilim have a lustful personality and heads thoughts full of sex as if becoming a succubus. They have a deep love for all men and monsters, and they want nothing other than for humans and monsters to live together in harmony, singing each other's bodies and lustfully having sex. To them, that is the ideal form of human-monster relations. That is what they like more than anything else. See, what they want is peace and harmony. Forced peace and harmony.
Forced.
But like, you will see the way we think, because we will force you to see the way we think.
That's the best way to convince people. Yeah. The best way to convince someone is just not to, and just tell them to do it.
Give them no choice, yeah.
Yeah.
They have the greatest power of all succubi, but even if they don't use their power for charm spells, almost all men would become their prisoners after only catching a glimpse of their visage. I've seen this in several articles already. I gotta wonder, that's a pretty big generalization.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's plenty of people who don't want to just become
the people who invented the pedomorphosis spell probably aren't into it.
They're like, no, please.
No. Don't do it. No. No, don't do it.
Even without using words of temptation, men aroused at the sight of them and consumed by total lust. They tempt
it's like an aura. It's like a field.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally, don't even look at it. We'll get a boner.
Is it like the Bye Bye Man?
But yeah, it's like the Bye Bye Man. Only it's like don't see it. Don't see it.
Yeah.
Don't see it. Don't say it.
You just look at the corner of your eye and
don't see it. Don't spray it.
Oh my God, she's so hot. They tempt a man even without magic. There is no element to force even necessary. The men themselves will step forward and offer their bodies, desiring to be ravished by them. That does not sound voluntary. It sounds like a magical effect.
Sounds voluntary.
It sounds like a magical effect. It is said that even if a man charmed by them had been a monster-hating, devout follower of the chief god. Ooh, I gotta look into that only moments earlier. From then on, he would be eagerly looking forward to the devilish pleasure that they can offer.
Delightfully devilish looms.
They have the power to rule over many men, but no matter what, their goal is the same as that of most other monsters and their own mother, the Demon Lord, to find the one they love most in all of the world and will always be strongly longing for one another and lustfully having sex. All they want is to become one of their ideal husband. So I've noticed this as like a philosophy of the Demon Lord and like these type of demonic pro monster people.
Yeah, the evil ones.
Is this type of like forced monogamy of like for every monster woman there is a human man, and because even some of the other ones we read, they've been like, if there are human women, they will turn them into monsters to then meet a human man who, like, seemingly in most instances will just, as soon as they see a human man at the corner of their eye, will bolt over there and pounce on him and smash. And then they're husband and wife now. So
how
it's
romantic.
Like,
Daddy, how did you meet Mom? Man, he just starts sweating. He gets cold sweats. He's like rubbing his eyes. He's like, oh, I can't remember. I can't. Oh God.
So it's a very organized effort to meet these ends.
He opens the photo book. He goes to the photos of their wedding, and all the photos are out of focus and blurry, and they're hastily taken, and his face is just in a daze.
There's just a Baphomet in the background, just doing the peace sign. Just like the demon lord, they are beings that have demonic energy of all the monsters in the world contained within their bodies. Just like the demon lord, they have the ability to cause human to be reborn as any kind of, this is just what I'm talking about, any kind of monster through having sex, as long as the resulting race is one that is subordinate to the demon lord and was always or has effectively become a monster race. This is a very organized effort. In order to create an ideal world, they will aggressively try to convert human women into monsters, the race that women end up getting. And this is so ironic that all these intros, and all along this whole monster lore was rooted in the same type of feverish
fanaticism.
radical this feverish extremism that I've been putting in the intros as jokes. It's like poetry.
It's like poetry. It rhymes.
The race the women end up getting changed into varies depending on the
By
individual.
the demon lord, all you deserve is to be turned into a monster.
That's good. Oh man, depending on
and then they're transformed. They're transformed 100 times.
Except those instances in where it's men being turned into women and monsters.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, the time and other circumstances, sometimes women are changed into a monster that suits their personality and ideals. Most of the time, the Lilum decides the race depending on their mood. Okay.
Ooh. So if it's just in a bad mood, you just get turned into a roper.
Yeah, you just get turned into some disgusting sludge,
you get turned into a trubbish.
Rubbish. Yeah, you become the garbage bag monster girl. That's fine. You can just roll around on the streets till you find somebody. There are symbols of the demon lord's power. The more their number increase, it means the more sex the demon
find
lord.
some man who wants to just have sex with the garbage bag.
There's somebody out there like that,
Probably. Make friends with those disgusting, long-tongued, filth-eating ones.
Oh, the ones that the ones in the previous episode.
The bad ones.
Oh, that was a good time. But that was gross. So ahead with her husband, and more vast power she's built up becomes. So the demon lord just has kids, and these kids have the express purpose of turning people into monsters and furthering this monster
This
empire.
conversion.
Yeah, conversion therapy. Also, by continuing to have sex with their husbands and build up power, the world becomes more saturated with succubus energy. This is the function of maintaining the present system of the demon lord and monsters. If they are raised into succubi of enormous power as successor of the demon lord, then even if the demon lord were to be destroyed by the chief god, the world would still be full of demonic energy. The current world of carnal relations between humans and monsters could still be maintained. Book information: monsterization due to Lilum. As for monsterization caused by the demon lord's daughters, the Lilum, it is supposed that they can freely change a woman into any race as long as the monster is subordinate to the demon lord. However, it's not that they can really change a human woman to every race. For example, it's possible for them to change them into angels and dark angels, which were originally servants of the gods. It is also not possible to change them into elves and fairies or elementals, which were not originally monsters to begin with. On the other hand, it is possible to change them into dark elves and dwarves, although they weren't originally monsters either, because as of the present, they only exist as monsters. Also, it's impossible to change them into Lilum like themselves. Additionally, even a Lilum with overwhelming demonic energy.
Book.
Yeah.
like you play your Lilum card. And this is the extra card that comes with it that tells you all the rules.
Additionally, even a Lilum with overwhelming demonic energy cannot easily change them into monsters such as Baphomet and Echidna Dragon in the case of creating a highest ranked monster in this way. Not only must the Lilum herself use a vast amount of demonic energy, there are various conditions that the human woman being changed into a monster must satisfy, such as possessing a lot of mana to begin with direction, the woman's desires, strength, and other qualities. Only then is it possible to change them into one of these races. Since human women who can be changed into these races are extremely precious, when a Lilum spots these women, she will aggressively attempt to change them into these monsters. Lilum is the 100th monster, the last one that appears in Monster Girl Encyclopedia 1.
Wow, spoilers.
Yeah, when we get that book.
Yeah, that's real. So, Lilum,
Yeah.
what do you...
Okay, here's where I really get into that. I really like this, and I like these Demon Lord ones, and these ones are interesting. And like, okay, real talk. I understand that like the Demon Lord is evil, and so it's like what she does. She right?
Yeah,
Horses,
they keep saying she.
Yeah, what she does is it's a bad thing overall. But the fact that
It's bad from like any perspective, really.
well, not any perspective, unless you agree.
Yeah, unless you agree, I guess.
No, I don't know. It's so interesting that like these daughters of the Demon Lord have the power to turn people into monsters, and it really makes you wonder, like in terms of, because like in the first episode we read that the hero were the humans that were fighting against monsters and defeating them and fighting back against this menace.
Yeah.
But the thing is that like really got to wonder how hopeless it must seem, considering there are monsters like this in which whose sole purpose is to
literally just make more of them.
yeah, to turn human women into monsters and make more men have monster babies. You know,
It must be a very demoralizing job. You just go out, you save a village, and you come back like a month later, and it's all just monsters.
and then they get you.
I'm sure that's what the stories are about.
Yeah, because that's the thing, is that like it's playing on like the fact that men will probably fall to the charms, let's say, of or the looks of these monsters, and that it's very easy for men to just like end up being a monster husband. And
Well, whether they want to or not.
yeah, there's also the instances in which you could just be attacked by a monster and
You
then
just be swimming.
it's too late. Yeah.
Yeah. Whoops. I have 7 wedding rings. I just wanted to go to the store.
It's like the Infinity Gauntlet. It makes you wonder how common intentional marriages are, and as opposed to how common a monster pouncing on you, and then now this is your life.
like what's more likely to happen? Like, do you find one that you like? Do you find something that you like, or do you get forced into a marriage?
Because the suggestions so far haven't been too bad. When we do random, we get the creepy ones, like the ant that mimics the spider that mimics the ant. Yeah, and then the filth one, and then of course the roper.
The roper's the worst one, but the roper has no real brain, so you can't blame it for what it does.
And dark slimes and things like that like are just very
vile,
like, evil, and gross and disgusting. And
those are the ones that can't come over.
yeah. Do not pass. Put up the wall. Put up the monster wall.
Monster wall has like scanners.
Yeah.
It shows what species you are. It's like that wall. It's like that road in Coco.
Because there's gonna be ones that can like hide their appearance.
Oh yeah, these.
This perspective is a little weird, but like whatever. But anyway, I'm not gonna lie, I like it. I'm gonna give it an 8. I like these.
You like all the lore ones?
Yeah. Is it bad that I like the demon ones that are bad?
Maybe it says some stuff about you.
I really like the demon, like the demon. I really liked, and like this one's pretty okay too. Yeah, I like this one a lot. Do you have anything to say about it?
It stinks, and I don't like it.
Alright, next one is the
Mucus
toad. Now we're getting into it. Like I mentioned,
this is another one I've seen.
Of course, you have the like. It just sounds gross. Let's just jump into it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just a frog.
It looks like
okay.
a frog ninja.
But the mucus aspect of it is pretty interesting.
It's gonna get gross, but it looks cool.
Yeah, it looks pretty. Yeah, I was even thinking before we did this if there was a frog one, but of course there would be some.
Why wouldn't there be a frog one? I wonder if it's like the basilisks, where like the eyes on its face aren't the eyes it has.
Stop being a Dungeons and Dragons looking boy. Get out of here.
Okay.
Tabletop games, throw them in the trash.
How could you say something so controversial yet so brave?
But yeah, anyway.
Mucus toad.
Yeah.
Mucus toad. A toad monster covered in mucus to maintain its wet body.
Ew.
Well, why?
0 to 10.
Well, I guess that's all that really needs to be said. It's got a scarf. It's got a scarf made out of little like tadpoles.
It does?
Yeah, look.
Ew.
That's cool.
No, it's not.
Every single design, every single aspect of this is so
always
neat.
say stuff like that. Oh, the design's nice. The
design
is disgusting.
Cool. It's nice. It's nice.
No, it's
not. A well-crafted monster.
Shut up.
No.
I'll fight you.
And then you're like, But if it turned women into monsters, then I want to fuck you.
Well, because when it's actually interesting and not just like, oh, look at this disgusting like icicles dripping off of its nose. That's a good design. 10 out of 10.
It is a good design. 10 out of 10. They possess great jumping power and their well-developed hind legs. And for the most part, they move by hopping rather than walking. Because their hands and feet have suckers, they can stick to walls and ceilings. They inhabit wet places such as wetlands, and when they spot a human man, I just imagine them like crawling around on like skyscrapers and stuff, just making a mess.
Just like Spider-Man, just going up the walls. The mucus aspect of it, though. Keep on going, though.
When they spot a human man who will serve as prey, they extend their long mucus-covered tongue, using it to follow him close and capture him.
Yeah, like the X-Men Toad.
Yeah, like the X-Men.
Or like the smoker from Left 4 Dead.
Dakota, tell me, what happens to a toad when it gets hit by lightning?
Same thing
that happens to everything else. That line was improv. Halle
really?
Berry, what a genius. What a comedic genius.
Dang. You remember the smoker from Left 4 Dead?
I do remember the smoker from Left 4 Dead.
You think it's like that, where it's like, help me, and it's just...
yeah, your friend, you're just walking with your pal, and then suddenly just, you hear the musical ting of... Help me! Smoker toad's got me.
It's so slimy. Just yanking up a building.
Yeah, people just getting yanked up buildings, and like you see it, it's hanging off like a pole.
How sinister.
Put it down.
Throw rocks at him.
You're throwing rocks.
Drop that man.
Drop that man. Whoa, he stole that guy. As apparent from their moist eyes, they have lustful and stubborn personalities. Once a man is in their sights,
gross, like watery, like filmy eyes.
Their milky eyes. Once you get spotted by them, they're extremely persistent and will most definitely try to capture and violate them.
Okay.
Oh, this gets bad fast. All of their bodily fluids, such as sweat, saliva, and vaginal secretions, are mucus.
Oh, that's disgusting.
That gets bad fast. When their mucus-covered palms stick to a man's fetus as they caress it, or when their sticky tongue covered in saliva wraps around his penis and strokes it as it's performed orally, the pleasure induced is enough to fool a man into believing he is penetrating a vagina. And they will relentlessly suck up his spirit energy.
That is
disgusting. That's pretty gross.
That's filthy.
Don't take this. Don't bring this one around. If you get married to a mucus toad, don't show her to your friends, because she'll shake their hands and they'll be like, oh my god, disgusting. It's gross. They'll pull their hands away and like just like Nickelodeon ooze will just be there.
I don't know if that's worse than a slime, because a slime, that's all it's made up of. With this, it's just
it's got physicality to it. Like there's a force there. Because with a slime you can like squeeze like a stress ball and it'll like slip through your fingers. But like it's just if you squeeze the mucus toad, more mucus will just come out.
It's like you remember those like things you could squeeze that were like filled with like
those things.
Yeah, with like the glitter and all that. Except just like pour that all over your dick and.
During intercourse, they prefer the cowgirl position. End of sentence. Okay. When they straddle a man's hips, they make their own hips bounce as if hopping, causing the sound of their bodies crashing together and the sound of splattering mucus to resound. With their vaginas sticky from slimy secretions engulfing a penis and persistently coiling around it. If they raise their hips, strings of mucus will stretch from it. Okay, this is like, this is getting bad. I know it's a mucus toad. I should have expected this. Then when semen spews out, every last drop will be caught and greedily absorbed into their bodies due to the mucus. Every time they move their hips up and down, mucus is rubbed into the penis. This mucus, which is infused with demonic energy, is slightly toxic.
Oh no.
It has the function of boosting a man's sexual stamina. For example, even after ejaculation, an erection will not subside.
That's not nice.
Instead, its size and hardness will increase more the more a man has sex with them. I thought it said the more than it ever has been before.
The most of all time.
The most of all time. So, live as a whim rider as you fuck.
So do you think this is the workaround people do? They in Monster World, if they got a tiny pee-pee, they go and find that frog and they just be like, okay, I just gotta have
some of your juice.
I just gotta endure 15 minutes.
She's like, sure, and she spits into a cup.
She would just slime his whole body. But what I'm saying is that like he endures the 15 minutes of pain of like post nut, and it's just like my dick bigger.
My dick bigger.
I'm in pain.
I'm so much pain. I'm covered in fucking non-Newtonian fluid.
What's that Japanese? The natto. The fermented.
I'm covered in.
The smell.
Keep on going. Additionally, if a man they recognize their husband has his mouth nearby, they'll behave almost like has his mouth nearby, like it's never not attached to his fucking head.
Oh, that's disgusting.
They'll behave almost like a toad, reflexively seizing prey and spontaneously kiss him, plunging their tongue deep inside. And if their husband's penis is within their field of vision, they'll either suck on it or shadow the hips and spontaneously initiate sex. Their mucus increases in viscosity according to their attachment and affection towards their husband. So eventually, it's just like if your toad girl loves you enough, it's just
a
jelly.
singularity.
It's just jelly. It's like bacon grease.
That's disgusting. I don't want to think about that because I actually cook and I don't know what it looks like when fat settles to the bottom of a pan, and then
it's on your dick now.
You just kind of rub.
It's on your dick.
Yeah, you just kind of rub your leg and it's
in your mouth.
Mm-hmm. You just
don't throw up.
This is not good. This is disgusting.
Yeah. Once they get their husband's member inside them, they will not let go, and they will continue having sex until both of them pass out from pleasure and their hips become unable to move because of the viscosity, probably.
I mean, but is this post nut?
Yeah,
she keeps on writing him because that would be so painful.
In slight doses, their mucus will only incite sexual desire, but if a human woman that ingests a large amount of it may cause monsterization. There you go. Now you'll like it. They aren't a race that actively assaults women, but should someone insult or inflict harm on them or their husband, they will exhibit their natural sticky disposition and attempt to rub large amounts of mucus onto the woman's body and inside their mouths with their slimy tongues.
Can you imagine just like you see some lady
I've heard of tongue lashings before, but this is ridiculous.
Tongue lashings?
Yeah, like when you... Yeah, okay. A woman will immediately...
No, like, can you imagine, those bottles of aloe vera you can get? Can you imagine just, like, having drinking the entire thing of aloe vera?
Why would I want to drink lotion?
Because, I imagine it's like drinking
eventually,
mucus,
Yeah.
And you have a tongue in your
This is gut. Somehow like more sticky and gross than the sandworm.
I think it's because this one produces a mucus, and the other one, like saliva, is pretty gross.
Yeah.
But whenever like the entire body is like it's gross.
A woman won't immediately change into a monster from this, but her saliva will become sticky like mucus, and her mouth will become restless. She'll start to look inside her own mouth and around her lips, making lewd, wet noises. A woman in such a state, it's a state alright, will reflexively kiss a man she is fond of, and she may extend her tongue towards his nether region. The spirit energy acquired then will often completely change her into a monster.
Oh, it's like a reverse...
it's like a zombie.
No, it's like a reverse frog prince.
Oh... Yeah,
but like instead the kiss turns the woman into a frog lady. Yeah.
Additionally, a woman may also reflexively kiss a close member of the same sex, in which case the damage and monsterization may spread.
So it's inevitable.
It's Kenko's notes. This time's monster girl is a mucus toad, a toad girl who I feel turned out unexpectedly freaky. When directly translated, the name is mucus toad, and since they're toads, it seems their specialty is jumping on top of men.
Okay, so given the nature of this one, I think this one is gross. And
I give it an 8 for the design, but a 5 for what it do.
What that mouth do?
Yeah, what that mouth do? What that whole thing does? Jesus Christ! There's just when people graduate from school in this world, they just get given like a Monster Girl Encyclopedia, and they're just like. And like there's like bookmarks and there's like if you see this run or like if you see this it's too late if it even sees you if it smells you
If you're reading this, it's too late.
if you have to look up what it is, it's too late.
What is it? The Jurassic Park one? Objects in the mirror.
Yeah, objects in the mirror closer than the appear.
Man, the French must be like going crazy over this.
The French, yeah.
We're like, le toad. I
Yeah.
don't remember what they call it. The frog legs. I don't really know.
Escargot is snails.
Then we're gonna come across a snail eventually.
Yeah, the snail probably won't be too bad though.
Until cut to 6 months
and it's
later.
it's just slime. It's just another slime
The
one.
snail crawls all over the body.
The snail crawls into the penis.
Slowly.
Slowly, painfully, agonizingly large.
Can you imagine one of those Goliath snails crawling into your pee-pee? And,
I don't want to imagine that.
Like,
I don't want to imagine that.
it's like when you see like a snake eat like a sheep, and it's just like its jaws.
I've never seen a snake eat a sheep.
Okay, let me look it up. I'm gonna then insert a picture of snake eating sheep.
You're gonna get a picture of solid snake eating a sheep. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, let's imagine that to look like that.
Jeez. Delete these pictures.
Delete. Cursed. But anyway, you can still. I think they're gross. I think they're nasty. I think they're filthy.
They're not allowed. I'm sorry. They look real cool. We'll have them in like a zoo.
Is the one from Boku no
Piku, Boku no My Macadamia Nuts.
Yeah.
She does Froopy. Yeah, she's a frog girl, but she's not gross. I think.
Does she secrete mucus?
I don't know if she secretes
from
mucus. I'm
everywhere.
being for real. She does have the tongue though.
Yeah, I noticed that, but
Does she secrete mucus? I don't know. We'll have to find out.
I don't want to come across this one. I feel like this one's like.
I don't want to come across this.
I like Kinko's little note at the end that's like, oh, this one turned out a little more freaky than I
This is
expected.
a little strange. I was just writing it and I was going with the flow, and then it was over. I felt bad.
I felt satisfied.
I felt satisfied and slimy yet satisfying. Okay, episode's over.
Okay, yeah. Alright, thank you for suggestions. We'll be working on them next time. I appreciate it. God bless America, 4th of July. If it in fact is 4th of July. But
if it's 4th of July, the whole video will be tinted red, white, and blue. Mm-hmm. No, it won't. That'd look terrible.
We'll just do bald eagles.
Yeah.
Do the bald eagle.
We'll read the griffin.
Do the turkey.
Is there a turkey monster girl?
Who
knows? Put it in the comments.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, yeah, thanks for the suggestions. We'll get on to the rest of them within the next couple episodes.
Once we're done vomiting.
Bye.